Our goal that you can see there is to grow the market for South African foods, to retain the markets that we have, close to about 100 markets across the world, and also to optimize the market access, to again ensure that we are able to contribute to the economy of our country and also to the growth that we are looking forward in regard to jobs. Our industry is export orientated, so about 60% or more than 60% of our products actually gets exported. And that's where the value is to sustain the industry. It grows our industry. It also contributes, as I've indicated, to our economy, to the transformation that we want to see, and also the much needed jobs. About more than 50% of our food still gets to Europe, 35% to the EU, and then when you include the UK, we end up more than 50% of the food still going to Europe is our traditional market. And our exports to Asia are growing steadily. And last year, it was about 16% of our exports actually went to Asia and about 8% to North America in the last decade. Probably we are still more in Europe. So that's why we've been engaging with yourselves in ambassadors from Asia, that we need to diversify our exports market. And Asia has become so important to us. So the engagements with yourselves is to ensure that we are able to diversify the exports of our products. With government, there's a mechanism that we have at a technical level. It's a market access working group whereby our experts from the industry engages with government experts, share information, share ideas around how the phytosanitary and sanitary issues could be dealt with successfully. So this is the one mechanism. And the second mechanism is a food value chain roundtable. We have a trade working group there that is at a strategic level where we sit with government, the DTIC, DELCO, the Department of Agriculture, the PPCB, the NMC also as part of that forum, whereby we engage at a strategic level on how best can we accelerate market access negotiations and also deal with some of the obstacles. Many countries, our competitors from the Southern Hemisphere, they have free trade agreements with almost all the countries that we are looking at currently. We are working very hard for closer collaboration, and also the intergovernment, between the DTIC, our DELCO, and also the Department of Agriculture. We are also pushing more for closer coordination between the departments.
We recognize that what we need to do to grow our industry and support the industry is not entirely up to us. A lot is out of our control. We see government and stakeholder relations as enablers for progress. As I indicated, that we cannot do it on our own. We need partners. And government is so critical in this instance. If you look at market access, infrastructure, a lot of this, which is like public infrastructure, we cannot do it as an industry. We have long established working relationships here with government, our government, mainly the Departments of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, and then the DTIC, which is the Trade, Industry and Competition, and then DERCO. Sometimes I forget the full name of the new acronym, but the old Foreign Affairs. And then we also engage with South African embassies abroad, where we have interest in market access, or where we are already sending our fruit. And then we also engage quite robustly with foreign embassies in South Africa. That's why you see our distinguished guests from the embassies who are here with us. So we engage quite a lot with them to lobby and then just to push our agenda and then promote the South African fruit industry, because they also carry the message back home to their capitals. And then when it comes to South Africa now, we have established the Fruit Industry Value Chain Roundtable. This was launched in 2014. Yeah, so it's a dialogue platform. It was jointly established by Fruit South Africa and DALRAD. And then we also have participation of other stakeholders such as the DTIC, DERCO, and other industry bodies. The roundtable also has working groups, which previous speakers have already alluded to, one of which is transformation, and then trade, resources, research, and employment and worker welfare, where we discuss issues affecting the fruit industry in those respective areas. And then to also show or demonstrate the fruit industry's commitment, to the broader good of the country. We are signatories of the Agriculture and Agro-Processing Master Plan, and we are behind it 100%. And we would like to see successful implementation of the master plan. We also support DALRAD through sponsorships to various initiatives that they have, like the World Food Day donations that they give to the less fortunate, and then more recently, the Christmas donations that the Minister of Agriculture and Land Reform and Rural Development drives around Christmas to the less fortunate as well, where we donate. It can be fruit or non-perishable food products. We collaborate with other agricultural bodies like AGBIS. You would see in one of the videos that we'll be showing, the fruit industry has established a fruit desk within AGBIS. So we work closely with such entities. And Agri-SA around the master plan and other things, we also collaborate, and other agricultural associations where there might be areas of mutual interest. We also collaborate with institutions of higher learning. And then internationally, Fruit South Africa is a member of the Southern Hemisphere Association of Fresh Fruit Exporters. In short, it's called SHAFE. So SHAFE connects the Southern Hemisphere fresh fruit industry through knowledge sharing, facilitating, and promoting global fruit trade. So we also have links with other fruit producing countries in the Southern Hemisphere. We are also a member of an organization called FreshFel Europe, which is the Forum for European Fresh Fruit and Vegetable Chain. So as a corporate function, the role of Fruit South Africa is mainly just to promote the visibility or highlight the visibility of the fruit industry to the audiences out there. And then what the industry also does, but collectively, what the industry do as Fruit South Africa, not what is done at individual association level. And then you can also look at the role that we play as a repository of fruit data or information. We publish a fruit industry statistics booklet annually. So this combines all fruit types, data on all fruit types that are under Fruit South Africa. And it's actually quite interesting, when you go to trade fairs, how the interest of this booklet is to potential importers. They always come for it, and we always run out of booklets at trade shows. So it just shows the interest that is out there. I think people have interest in the fruit industry locally, and they would like to buy more from us, which is also demonstrated by the feedback that we get at trade shows. Annually, we publish a transformation review, a summarized version as well as a comprehensive version, which talks about what industry would have done in the preceding year around transformation and where we are in terms of the targets that we've set for ourselves. And again, lastly, the annual report, which is standard for any organization, just to showcase or to show our stakeholders what we've been up to in a previous financial year. And then in addition, we also publish bi-monthly newsletters communicating industry information. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Of all the previous presentations, I think, build up to this theme. We've heard about the importance of market access. It's no use getting access to markets if you can't get the fruit there, if you don't have proper logistics within South Africa. And two of the most crucial elements in exporting fresh fruit are time and temperature. If those two are not properly managed, you'd really have a big problem. So South Africa currently does have a reputation as a reliable supplier of high quality fruit to the world, but to continue with that reputation depends on the efficiencies of logistics, well-functioning infrastructure. So these challenges that impact negatively on the sustainability and the growth of the industry, we can see that then in the foreign revenue. Currently, our industry generates about 62 billion rand of foreign revenue every year for the country. Job retention and creation, you've heard about the number of jobs currently. We got the challenge of creating more jobs. We've heard about transformation. But if we don't have proper logistics, it won't be possible to reach those targets. Unfortunately, I must mention that when Fruit South Africa was established 10 years ago, most of these issues that we're talking about now were then also on the table. That we haven't seen enough implementation. We've seen quite a number of plans, but we really lack, I think, real proper progress. Because we are a solution-driven industry, a positive industry to say, okay, we run towards a problem, what can we do to solve it? We created platforms for information exchange, exploring solutions on both strategic and operational level, together with Agbus, other strategic partners. We formed a logistics committee within Fruit South Africa, a shipping forum. We work jointly with other industries which are also impacted by these inefficiencies. We coordinate our industry inputs on all the logistics matters, and we provide information on forecasted growth and export volumes. And that is not only on the long term. For instance, for the ports, we provide it on a weekly basis so that they know what to plan for. What do they need to expect coming from the industry in the next week or two, three, in terms of vessels and capacity there. This is part of the role of Fruit South Africa to really be the voice. We've got all constituencies, all of the members of Fruit South Africa that we need to go to. Our constituents put pressure on Fruit South Africa, say, what are you doing to address these challenges to ensure that we can get our products in a sound condition to the markets? So we offer support. We either human capacity, either financial, whatever is needed to get our logistics and our infrastructure to run properly. We initiate pilot projects that then can develop into proper projects programs. The Port of Maputo, that's being run by the DP World, by Dubai. We export quite an amount of citrus from the northern Limpopo and Mpumalanga provinces via Maputo. We see now for the next season, I think, a move to Walfish Bay from the production areas alongside the Orange River, moving cargo away from South African ports because of the inefficiency. But that comes at a big cost. The table grape industry, I think, in the past season lost 1.2 billion rand because of the Port of Cape Town. That's a huge impact. We had producers, exporters that needed to truck the table grapes from the Western Cape, that's about 100 kilometers away from the Port of Cape Town, to truck it to Durban, or either to Kruger at a high cost, about 60,000 rand extra per truck. If we had a proper functioning railway system, those fruit could have been transported to those other ports by way of rail and with less cost. So unfortunately, these are things that we're getting stuck, that we need to address constantly. Because of the inefficiencies in our ports, we see shipping lines omitting South African ports. That means that we can't get our fruit to certain destinations. So the different Fruit South Africa members, we will continue to provide input into the relevant structures, to be involved, to be committed. Again, we need the commitment and the collaboration of all parties to find these solutions.